Welcome, welcome. Happy Halloween edition today. Today is Halloween, or many different names out there. And we will still be doing our Thursday Akashic channeled messages and healing and whatever else wants to come through, whatever capacity that wants to come through. So we are just here hanging out. I put on some Halloween music as we are live here, and hopefully you can hear me okay. Come on in as we are live here on Facebook and YouTube with some Halloween fun, and just seeing where it goes. Just seeing where it goes today, guys. So today we'll be probably doing a couple collective messages. So we'll get into that in a quick minute here. Come on in. Hopefully you guys can actually hear me pretty clear. Yeah. Welcome. Come on in. I'll be doing a collective kind of energetic pulse just to see what is going on. Yeah, come on. All right. Hopefully it is okay. Now I'm connected to my mic. Awesome. Come on in. All right, I'm going to start doing channeled messages here. And so I have my beautiful deck here. It's my angelic light work deck. We have been called to it more and more to work with others, not just for myself. It's a deck that I use for myself, but are we kind of using and tapping into the frequencies of that deck and just kind of seeing where we go. So I'm also in my Akashic Enlightenment right now. And this deck has so many just codes in it. I love this. If you guys are familiar with kind of like how frequency feels and stuff. So just kind of going into, let's see, welcome, come on in. Let me know where you are from. I have a Halloween music on before, just in the chill vibe. We're just getting some people in here, so hello, hi. Happy Halloween edition, or just a Thursday, just your normal Thursday, or, you know, I decided to dress up today. So hello, if you are new here, guys, give that a follow or subscribe to my YouTube. I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you're not going to want to miss it. I'm just going to start off with some collective messages, but if you want, feel free to drop in where you're tuning in from. Hit that like button if you want to before we kind of get started here, but feel free to drop in. I'm in Arizona. Okay, no, it's all good. It's all good. I'm in Arizona here and the southern US. Love it. I love it. So let me see. And depending on where you are, that could be just thinking of the time zone. So you're probably similar to me, or, you know, a few hours ahead. And so it is 3:12 here on Thursday. Let me just get started here. And so I'm in my what's called my Akashic Enlightenment. We're going to tap into just the vibration of people that are coming in and out, or the people that are kind of watching this at a later point in time, wherever the universe leads us. And so feel free to, if you're looking for a reading, I'm doing a few free readings today, but first I'm going to just tap into the collective. And so I am feeling, okay, cool. I love it. I love seeing the different time zones there. So And I love your image there that you got going on to represent your, like, I'm seeing an image pop up there. So I love it. So very, very, I think festive. I can't, it's really tiny, but it looks very, it's just popping out. So, uh, so what I'm getting is I'm getting nutrition. Nutrition, it could be physical nutrition, it could be mind, body, spirit type of nutrition. Just this, like, whatever the soul kind of needs or kind of me kind of want to express. So let me just, I'm going to pull a card to get the energy going here. I love when things come out. Treasure for the soul. And if you guys can kind of see this image here too, there are so many codes, and just the frequency of these cards are awesome. I don't know who Delta Rune is, so sorry about that. But and a treasure of the soul. Okay, so what I'm connecting to here, guys, is this. Right, I started talking about nutrition. It's funny because I got the word hungry, and I'm like, "Am I hungry?" But it was talking about this, like, this hunger and appetite to feed the soul exactly what is in alignment. Okay, so that could be, like I said before, body, mind, spirit. We're talking about nutrition for the body here, guys. We're talking about for the mind, like, what is stimulating to the mind? What is stimulating to the spirit? Where does the spirit want to go? Where does it want it to lead, right? And I say, like, go and lead in tangent here, because how I kind of look at it, and or the way that it wants to present itself now, is like I kind of have, my mind here and a little bit of ego and a kind of a little bit of doubt, and like spirit and soul comes in here and it's just kind of like, hey, we're good. It drops in, and that heart just kind of leads, right? So just kind of merging the two, allowing this transformation of the ego to know that it's being led by alignment, who it truly is, who we truly are. And that's a lot of the work I do, is connecting to true self. How do we know what true self is, right? And so taking the time, right, a treasure for the soul, taking the time to sit with it daily. I don't know if you guys have any type of practice, and it could be like a 2-minute check-in, right? Like, spirituality does not need to be like a long process here. Spirituality is whatever you want it to be. And so you could check in each day and say, okay, whatever point in the day, am I doing what I feel aligned to do? And it's interesting because I was listening to this podcast, and I don't always listen to podcasts, but someone had asked me to listen to this episode, and I forgot her name, but she was referring to, like, it takes, like, intuition a few seconds to be like, this is what we truly want, right? But then mind and ego comes in and kind of like puts things in different perspectives, and it doesn't come from really truth. It comes from, like, the old stories and things that have happened to us, and even things that we haven't processed yet, to come in to be like, hey, like, I'm doubting that this is the right thing to do. So that's why I said you don't need to do like an hour-long meditation. You check in a minute, 2 minutes, max, in different situations, and you just feel into your body, right? You want to get really present here, guys. You want to get into mindfulness. And I'm like, I don't know if you guys are taking me serious with my ears, but right, in the present moment, we can just ask ourselves, what is it that feels like it's in alignment? Who is it that we truly are? And just for that moment, like, is this connected and aligned to me, right? It doesn't matter what it is at that moment, but we practice those things, and that's how we develop, like, this connection, and then that's how we understand and discern from ego versus true connection. But if we don't actually practice and integrate all of these learnings, and sit with ourselves to understand ourselves, then we could be just spinning around in this energy of like doubt and doubt and doubt. And I kind of hear that word just keep popping back in and popping in. It's like, all right, I don't, um, it's okay to have the doubt, but an awareness of it and where is it coming from? And now let me check into myself, because now I can actually say, oh, okay, this is where I'm really feeling and really sitting with that, right? So I'm not sure if that's resonating with anyone so far, guys, but I'm just kind of channeling in the messages for the people, the collective that are here. I see here we have Facebook that is we got more people here on Facebook today, so I love it. I don't know if you guys currently follow me. And if you don't, give that a follow and subscribe, depending on what channel you're on, guys. Just doing some energy exchange here of this the energy that's coming through for the collective. Feel free to, if you have a question and you're looking for guidance and we haven't kind of worked together yet, because sometimes I see some people may come back and just looking for some newer people to see, are you looking for any guidance, or if you kind of like a general question about like life or manifesting. I'm in what's called Akashic Enlightenment. So I'm in my Akashic records, a higher consciousness and a higher density and dimension, so to speak. But then I'm also in what's called the Book of Truth. And your Akashic records is one of many energetic hallways that we can tap into for infinite universal knowledge. So if you're just like, how do we manifest and bring things in more? And so that could be, that's something that I'm just going to flow into, because that's naturally coming in here for the collective here. One of the things that a lot of people don't really talk about with manifesting is like, there's a practical stuff. There's the like, hey, the visualization, you see it, you feel it, you be it. Sorry. I'm just laughing here. So yay, Kia, hello, welcome. Um, it's not that cold. I'm like, how many people are going to be able to take me serious unless I have like a notice up here that says Halloween edition? So, so this is a costume. I love it. No, it is not that cold. It is actually like in the 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that's converted, but it's not. It's actually really hot. I'm like actually reconsidering my costume decision. So I'm kind of sweating, and you guys can't tell, but I have a lot of hair, and the hair is like I have really thick hair, and it's like a um it's like a scarf. So I'm basically inside, and it's hot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Oh, okay, Diwali there. Yeah. So it's 10/31, Halloween. So yeah, just kind of in a different spirit today, but I'm definitely reconsidering my costume choice. So thank you for calling that out. I don't have the Halloween music on, but um so okay, let's flow in. Now we got it's a little hot in here. We got some good energy flowing in. So let's go in. I'm going into manifesting here. So for whoever like in the collective here is like, I'm all about manifesting. Yeah, you did notice that. I'm all about manifesting, but teaching from like, yes, we have the practical, the visualization, and all that is great. It is. It's really great there. There's aspects of manifesting though that it's like, okay, we have our frequency and our vibration, and this is where we're at. And say we're looking to call in this house, okay, or paying off debt or things like that. There's a lot of unconscious, subconscious mindsets in our field, in our, right in our mind, wherever we want to put that, in our body, that is kind of causing this, or like the root cause of disbelief. Because the law of attraction and manifesting is like manifesting, if you guys haven't noticed, has been quicker, but we are manifesting every moment of the day, meaning we are intentionally manifesting and we are unintentionally manifesting. So if in our belief systems we're just like, we have some negative stuff that we're not in like a belief mindset, or we're negatively talking about something about ourselves, we are bringing in that energy and we are unconsciously creating what's going to happen tomorrow. So if I don't believe in myself and my business or a project that I'm looking to get up and going, whatever it is, I could be saying things, I could be having doubt. Maybe does it manifest as like literally saying, I don't believe in myself, right? Maybe it doesn't manifest that way, but maybe it's just like this, like, oh, I feel like I'm in a rut. And so, you know what? I'm not going to go and do this and do this. And then basically what happens tomorrow is manifested from today, right? So if I'm not seeing as many clients, or I'm not seeing like programs fill up, but it's like, hey, I could have promoted this, if I was really believing in it. And so sometimes people kind of delay things, and that's how it physically looks. In the unconscious and subconscious mind, we have that energy like sitting there. It's just like, okay, um, I'm not really moving and I feel like I'm stuck, and I'm seeing my reality reflect that, and it's just going back and back and back and back and back. Right? So it's just a continuous flow of this, like just feeling stuck. Um yeah, okay, I'm not sure why we're doing that here. So anyway, so yeah, guys, just remember, when you are manifesting or when you are intentionally manifesting, look at what you're unintentionally manifesting. Look at, okay, I have all this, I feel like I'm stuck and it's going in and out, in and out. Now we need to start to bring to our awareness here, what is it? What is the root here? Why is it that I'm not feeling that I believe in myself? And so for me, there were a lot of like core worthiness wounds connected to things that happened to me when I was younger, and a lot of things that people, family, society, culture just kind of said. And all that gets in here to kind of like want to talk about woman and like the difference between support and like girls and boys at that age, and all that seeps in. But it's for me to now determine and go back and dig in deeper to be like, hey, these are the patterns that I'm now creating because of that mindset. And maybe I don't know what's a mindset yet, and that's when we go in deeper into intentionally manifesting by looking at the root of what's there, the root cause of that unintentional manifesting, and then allow ourselves to dive in. Like, so for me, the worthiness, that big core wound, diving in, moving through. I worked in my Akashic enlightenment, but you can do this through shadow work and go through and rewrite the story. Because all right, here we are today. Here I am decades later. The things that happened to me when I was younger, or the things that people said, I was still giving it power, not intentionally, but I didn't process things in my body, or just look at it and decide true acceptance and forgiveness, and say, people are at where they're at their consciousness level, and that was it at that time, right? People have the tools that they're working with in this present moment, or if we're going back to when I'm younger and the people that were around me, or the society, right? The consciousness level of those people are just where they're at. And people project a lot of things unconsciously. So that's where we get to like this ancestral trauma, this passing down of these mindsets that just kind of code into our field, because that is where it's projected. It's projected from people that are around us. It sits there until we revisit at that time, whether it's at an energetic level, right, or however that manifests, and move that energy out, right? Tell it a different story. Make sure we're expressing and feeling it, and then rewriting the story. We rewrite the past today by how we are perceiving it today, right? And so that's a lot of things like, yes, things have happened to us, but where are we at today? Where's our consciousness level at today? Where's our awareness to it? And now we are saying, this is the truth of it, right? Someone's unconsciousness projection is not for me to hold anymore. And so we release these belief systems one by one by one by one. And then that unconscious manifesting, that unintentional manifesting now starts to seep into truth, and it starts to blend with who we truly are by, okay, we're dismantling belief systems of unworthiness. And so when things pop up, I'm just like, boom, I'm going to go do this because this feels in alignment and I trust, and I'm going to move forward into it. And that is the big thing that I love to talk about with manifesting here, guys. Like, I'm not sure if that's resonating. If that's resonating, hit that like button. Just hit that. Feel free to drop in any comments there. But right, we can talk about the physical, like, what is it that we truly, truly want? And like, okay, we're going to go through that visualization, but what about the why? Why aren't things happening? Why aren't we seeing our manifestations come through? So that's one of the things that I like to talk about. Another thing I like to talk about is, okay, is it what we are looking to manifest truly in alignment? All right. This is a favorite one of mine because I've been I've done pretty well at manifesting intentionally throughout my years of knowing what I was doing and not doing. And so when I started to step into spirituality and healing and releasing, I was still at corporate, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like starting to get into the work. I was doing the Akashic work. I was doing that on the side, but I was like, I want to make more money. Okay. So I'm thinking about, I'm going to, yeah, drop in your questions. Let me finish this statement, and drop in any questions there. So I was looking to get promoted at that corporate job, and so I was working on that manifestation. And what's really funny is, I would say maybe within 6 months, the universe ended my job at corporate. And so what I realized along the way, things weren't happening. All of a sudden, I was shuffled out of my favorite project at my corporate job. And the person that like was leading it and that I was working with now they were leading it. It was becoming very difficult to work together, and things were coming up, and there was a lot of angst and anxiety. This is very intuitive. I could feel the shift coming. So to me, I was trying to manifest this promotion at work, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 all these things happen, and the shift out of my favorite thing there. And it turns out it wasn't in true alignment. I wanted the promotion at work because I connected to my corporate job as my identity. But I was shedding and healing in this journey. I was shedding identity. I have been shedding identity to things, places, people, relationships, work, shedding that detachment of this identity there. And so even though I was like, yes, I want to go do this, it was not really what I felt connected to, which is getting into working with, healing with people, and facilitating that. So that's another thing. If you're like, why isn't this right? Why isn't this thing happening? Is it really what you want, guys? Is this manifestation truly you? Or is it something that you've heard or is embedded in your mind, right? Because other people have said that so, right? It wasn't like a normal thing for me at the time to be like, let me run a business that's based on spirituality and healing and empowerment. And that was not the story that I heard growing up. College, then you go work your 8 to 5, your 40 hours. And me, I was working 60 hours. So, but that was also the mentality from where I also grew up in New York. Everyone worked till 7 p.m., worked their butt off, and the reward was, okay, I guess you want to call it, success in that eyes of, you're making a name for yourself. But what life do you have? And so that balance that's not really connected to who I was anymore. Um, so I ask you guys that. Drop in your question there, Kumar, if you're still there. You said you have a few questions. So I'm not sure if you have a question on manifesting, and or what it is here. But if that is resonating, guys, hit that like button. Give me a follow. I'm just talking about manifesting here. I will be doing a free class, a free online class in November coming up here, which is just tomorrow's November. So I have some free manifesting and energy healing to kind of help get this conversation out a little bit more. So if you like what you're hearing, you're definitely going to want to subscribe. You're definitely going to want to follow my page. Yeah, you said you have a few questions, so drop in a question there. You can also check out, I'm going to drop here just as I'm just waiting to see what the question that you have is. So you can check out my website here, guys, myawakeningwithin.com. Subscribe to my newsletter so you get the update on when I do any free stuff. I have a free third eye activation dropped under, so I'll actually pop that up here. Free third eye activation in myawakeningwithin.com under Akashic Chakra activation workshop. So under training under my site, you drop in there. It's actually a full hour talking about your third eye, and then about a 10-minute, between 10 to 15-minute guided and activation. So I'm in the field, I'm in the Akashic field, I'm in Akashic enlightenment and channeling messages to help things move up. So if you listen to kind of the whole, I believe it's about an hour. If you listen to that whole thing, you get an understanding on your third eye. How do we work with it more? What is it about perception? And what are the subconscious and unconscious things that want to come up within that collective that's really watching that and helping to move that energy through a mini energy healing? And so I actually have here a 8-week immersion series on all the chakras. So it's your root, your earth, which is a transpersonal chakra, all the 7 main chakras, and your soul star. And so that's an 8-week immersion. I believe the investment is like around $20 to $22 per week. And so if you're looking for to learn more about your chakras and you want to understand how to get deeper knowledge, or what deeper knowledge wants to come through to allow us to also move that within us, because we learn when we move the energy within ourselves. And there'll be some mini energy healings there as well. So you're not gonna want to miss that. So definitely check that out there. Awesome. So, okay, I see your note there, Kumar. Okay, so you don't have a specific question. That's fine. I'm just gonna start to pull some cards here. And just as before I get into that, guys, if you're new here, give me a follow on Facebook there. Subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 60% of my goal on my YouTube channel there. So I'm very excited on some of the things that will be coming out, some of the memberships I'll be doing there. So you definitely going to want to tune in. All right. So now we're switching up gears here. Just focusing on Kumar here. Okay. Just seeing for your highest good. I'm going to pull a card just to kind of get that energy flowing here. All right. Okay. Um, I don't know if you can see this, and if you can, I'll read it here. Higher purpose. Okay. And I want you to look at the visual. The frequency of this card is important too. Okay. So even if you can't see the whole thing, just start to tap into that frequency here. Just start to focus your attention there. And then feel free to just kind of listen to what wants to come through. So, um, yeah, sometimes, and it's interesting that you had that comment on just this kind of feeling lost in direction in life, and that literally the higher purpose card comes in, right? Sometimes you just like I can't make it up, right? This is all coming out. I wasn't looking through the deck, right? I'm shuffling, and this comes out here, and so your higher self wants to kind of reassure you, and it's like what I'm hearing is that I don't know if there's any guilt on things that you haven't done in life or that you have done, right? And not saying that you've done things that have been deemed as bad or anything like that, but sometimes it's like, oh, I just wish I didn't do that, right? I just wish I would have maybe followed my gut or like done something a little bit different or gone down a different road. And so all of these things leading up to now is all part of the journey to help you to say, now I need to do something different. Sometimes we get to like a point in our life, and I feel like you might be in that point where you're just like, I feel like there is no unequivocal way of doing anything else the same way. I'm feeling like it's like I need to do things differently. I need to step into even I feel like I don't know what you do for work there, but I even feel like even work, I just heard, feels like it's like, I don't know if I should do it anymore. Like, does it really feel like it's like me? Um, yeah, there are things I want to do now, many thoughts. Yeah. And so, the important thing is how does connection to your true self look? How do we get into there? Because I can sit here and tell you, like, what is it that you'll be doing, right? But it's like you connecting in with yourself so your body feels like I'm going in, like this is the direction of who I am. This is who I truly am. Um, I do feel that. I do feel there are so many thoughts and so much energy in that mind there. So what you can do is when I'm getting this feeling is like grounding this energy in down into the earth. So you can ground that energy through visualization of like seeing roots in the bottom of your feet and just seeing those roots just go deeper into the earth. Every moment, every breath, those roots just go deeper and deeper. And I'm seeing a color, so you can give it a color. I'm seeing purple there. And I'm seeing this energy. You can connect to your forehead and like outside of the forehead area and outside of the head. Just seeing you put your attention there and then seeing that all of those thoughts seep down through your body, through your neck, through that chest and your legs, down into the ground, into those roots. And just visually grounding out all that excess energy. And when we do that, when we just bring that groundedness back in to our body, when we are releasing excess energy, it's easier for us to think clearer and for us to start to ask the question, what is it that we truly want? Right? And that might have been why some of the messages that were coming, I don't know what point you came in. So there were some messages that were coming in earlier on is just like, how do we discern what it is and check in with ourselves daily? We don't need to do like an hour-long meditation. We can do 2 minutes and ask the question simply, what is it, if there's something that you're currently doing, okay, does this XYZ thing feel like it's truly connected to who I am, right? And just see how that feels in the body. So we're processing. Sometimes we get into mind, and mind has its purpose to help integrate and move things through into the physical world. But what we want to get into is the body. We want to get into the feeling. We want to get into intuition, not necessarily allow the doubt to come in. And so when we have these check-ins with our body and our higher self and our true self, we start the process of understanding what things aren't in alignment. So, if we're doing this once or twice a day, we start to, uh, really understand what needs to fall away, right? Okay, so been lazy. Okay. Yeah, so and I do feel a connection in my stomach in like the solar plexus area with you. Um what I'm hearing about is like, oh, okay, that may make sense because you said that you've been feeling lazy. Well, you said lazy, sexual, and tired. But there's like this confidence here. I don't know if you have any gut issues, but mm, when I connect in, I'm just getting this like confidence and worthiness aspect of like who you truly are connected to like, hey, is it this thing that I want to do over here? Am I really like the person to do it? Like, or who am I to do this? I just feel this like kind of like pause or resistance because of some things there. So you'll definitely want to go look at some things that might have happened to you when you were younger there. The other thing too that I'm getting is like your this connection to sexual energy, all about creator energy. So like when you look at things here, look at your creator, right? You have this life force flowing through you. It's like this belief system of like all of that flowing through you and allowing that to flow through. There might be some more there, but that's kind of just the gist of what I'm getting. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps there. And maybe you might want to kind of look back earlier at some of the things I said earlier in this recording for 1031. So just to see if any of that other stuff resonates with you. But hopefully that helps there. And I did send some energy over to while I was just kind of walking through that kind of guided meditation space. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, if anyone else is looking for just any general guidance, if you're kind of someone new here, because I see there's just a couple like new people in here, new faces, new energy. So yeah, absolutely. Feel free. I believe I'll be doing one or two more, or maybe just tapping into collective. We'll see kind of where it goes. And if you're looking for any guidance there, if not, I'll just go with the flow. I'm gonna just take a sip here though. Awesome. Happy Halloween. Oh, I'm so glad I did. Yeah. Happy Halloween, guys. Or it's Halloween here, here in the US. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you like my sense of humor. Yes. Oops. Yeah, I just, I feel like these days there are a lot of heavy things out there, and it's important to feel what is being activated within us. But then it's also important to move the energy because the energy can become stagnant we can just sit in a space of like in that energy of like whatever it is, that heaviness, and stay there. So how we can move the energy could be through a little bit of walking, right? Okay, yeah, absolutely. I see you, Kia. Could be through a little bit of walking. We could be also through um, as well. Okay, so now it's circling back. So, yeah. So, uh, anyways, I see a couple messages coming through. I'll get to you guys in a quick minute. But I wanted to end with lightness and laughter. Laughter is a nice way to move through energy, right? Again, we don't want to like bypass what's going on, but then we don't want to like let us sit in that energy when it gets to a point where when we've already processed and now we're like trying to move through the energy, right? So, so yeah, it does help. So I'll get to you, Kia. One brief moment here. Let me just see. Okay, Dana. Hello, Dana. If you are not following me, give me a follow there. So you saw me this weekend at the expo. Okay. So did you sit in on the talk? Is that is that what you mean? You sat in on the talk that I had this weekend? And then during that meditation activation, you felt blocked. Yeah, I just want to make sure I understand. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Oh, awesome. So just what wants to come through, and this is for anyone who's kind of might be feeling that too, is um sometimes what may feel like is blocked is really just the energy shifting. So like sometimes it could be like we're really distracted and we have like all these things that are popping into our head. Now just think of thoughts are energy. Okay. Unconscious, subconscious, conscious thoughts, it's all energy. So I was also working with modalities and helping to shift energy for the group in the collective that was there. And so keep in mind anything that may kind of be related. Maybe there are certain unconscious mindsets that we started to think about certain things, like that comes up to the surface. So the energy helps to move things up and out. And so that can manifest and feel like, oh, I have a lot of thoughts in my mind, right? But it's just energy that's like wants to be processed in a certain way. So a lot of times when people can go into a space of meditation or things like that, there's a lot of going on in the mind. So another thing is if you are typically like that when you do go through meditation, it's just practice. Like we're training our mind to just be more quiet, right? To just so we can listen more. But don't also look at that as a loss from what you were feeling as being distracted. The good point is that there is an awareness to like, oh, um, I felt like I wasn't maybe as present. That's like a first step. The next thing is a lot of things were moving because of the energy and the working with, I was bringing in the Aqualorians as well as other light beings to help move through any unconscious energy, any energy from your physical body, emotional, astral, causal, like all of the energy bodies. So a lot could come up. Yeah. But that may also warrant a little bit deeper. Um, this is more of a general. It wasn't necessarily tapping into you specifically, but I also do spiritual and conscious living coaching as well as Akashic personal sessions as well to kind of go in a little bit deeper. So, but that was just kind of a general. So hopefully that helps. So yeah, Kia, if you're still here, just type a yes, and I'm gonna start to kind of tap in. Yeah, hopefully that helps there. Um, just know, just type a, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just type a yes in there. And hopefully my ears is not distracting anyone here. Yes. All right. I love it. Okay. And then, yeah, before we get started, guys, if you're not following me or subscribed, give me that, just kind of give me that energy exchange for your time. And if you're not following me on, subscribe to me on YouTube, check me out on YouTube. That I would appreciate. But all right, so let's go in here to you, Kia. All right, I'm gonna pull a card to get that energy flowing here. All right. Okay. So we have this card coming up here. You know what I'm hearing is more about the colors than, I know it says mother healing on here, but it's more about the colors here and the codes that are in this card. Um, I don't know if you work with pink and purple energy quite a bit. That is what's coming up. It's so interesting to you. Probably may not be able to see this angel here. That's you. That's your essence leading you in this lifetime. I mean, I'm hearing about like you're an angel, you're an angel, you're an angel, right? It's just and I don't know kind of where you fall, kind of how you've discovered certain things, and just like there's definitely lifetimes with that angelic essence. And I'm just hearing about it, wanting to, oh, you do. Yeah, just that angelic essence wanting, not wanting, it's already integrating. I feel that in your field. Just deeper, a deeper knowledge of that angelic essence coming through and being expressed in this lifetime. And I do know you like a tiny bit, but when we're connecting to, scratching my ears here, when we're connecting to this angelic essence of you, it's talking about like these earthly, physical, tangible means, and like detachment from some of the things here. So I don't know if you feel like you've been going through kind of like an uproot of like kind of purging with the physical material stuff. And if you haven't yet, at least like a big purge or kind of like a winter fall cleaning here, I feel like there's something coming. I feel like there's like all this stuff that's kind of in the field. So if you get a nudge to go through things, like to like go through all these things in your space, just do it, because there's like this emotional release of the attachments to some of the things that we have here. And I feel like that would be like I just like feel, I see you tapping in. Also step into your Akashic when you're doing it, because I know you do work with the Akashic records there. And so when if you're kind of going through some of the things that are there, and that I've been letting go about physically stuff. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so that could be just how it's presenting to me, because I'm just seeing like you go through all this stuff in your house and all this stuff in your space, and you're just like, oh, I'm just releasing this. That's right. So it could just be the however that looks. But what I did here is, if you step into your Akashic records while you're doing it, and you're just like, okay, what is it? If you're feeling guided to ask about, all right, is this thing aligned with me for my higher purpose? Is this, or what did I learn by having this one thing here in my life? Because maybe you're ready to kind of release some big physical stuff. And I feel like that's going to help integrate some of this detachment of the emotion and the mindsets connected to some things there. Feels really good. I just kind of feel like I'm stretched out after, and I'm just like, huh, I'm like, I feel so much lighter. And it feels really awesome. And so this card is also, I'm also getting this connection to this like nurturing yourself, nurturing your mind, body, spirit. And it's relating to like physical stuff there. So whether that is actually in your space or it's like just we're talking about the physical material like world and not in like spirit, and how we're manifesting those beliefs out into the physical world, right? And so yeah, it makes sense that you've been releasing a lot of old beliefs. There's definitely more to come, and that's connecting to like the more that you do that, the more that I just hear like your angelic essence expressing itself. And when I connect to that, I don't know if you like do anything with color and drawing and painting. Um, I don't know if you do anything there. I'm just seeing your hand move. And so it could be like, I believe you do channel and light language, but I also feel like I see the pen to paper and not necessarily pen. I was just corrected. But it feels like it's flowing and it feels like it's a lot of color. So it could be paint and you just see the codes transferring um, to the canvas or whatever it may be. So if you're feeling nudged to get into create something creative, it feels like you're this angelic essence and your true self. There's some expression that wants to kind of come through in that manner. For healing for you, and I feel like for others. So I don't know if you do that for other people, if you like kind of look at their aura and like step into their Akashic records, and you're just like you're taking the pen and the paint to the paper and um to pick up your artwork again. Okay. Yeah. And I don't know why. It's like, I don't know if this came up one time before, but I'm just like, I'm seeing you connecting to people as well. In addition, like first, I feel like it's for you, but then I feel like there's a connection where you're like, oh, I feel like really inspired to doing that for other people and see how it kind of unfolds. And I just see you tapping into their aura and the codes in their Akashic that wants to come through, that wants to be expressed on that paper. And I just see that like you handing that to them and that being like just a physical representation of the healing work that they're going through or that the codes that are just kind of activating them. So it's really interesting there. I love that. I'm gonna just pull one more card for you and then yeah, let me see here. All right, so emotional comfort. Yeah, emotional comfort. It actually really feels like this is really related to your higher connection here, your like crown and soul chakra here. It feels like this is what you're helping with other people, or like what you're already currently doing, but it's like it's just swerving in from what was just said with this like kind of channeled depth coming in and connecting in deeper to just higher and deeper hallways there is what I just heard, like higher and deeper um, consciousness hallways. So it feels good. Yeah, feels good. Hopefully that resonates here, there, and yeah. It's feeling really, really, really good. So I'm just gonna kind of disconnect in from your guys' energy. And if you guys are new here and you're just like wondering out what's going on, I'm just dressed up. It's Halloween here, so I actually don't typically dress like this, but I'm just like, let me just dress up for Halloween here. And so that's just my choice in costume. If you are new here, guys, give it a follow. Give both channels a follow. If you're on YouTube or Facebook there, I would super appreciate it, just as an energy exchange. I go live Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today I went live a little bit earlier, but usually at 4 p.m. Pacific time, but I have some events going on today for Halloween, so I came on a little bit earlier. But yeah, I usually, and you're super fun with the costume. Yeah, I'm just, I just like, I'm gonna go live because I just felt more proactive in getting dressed up before my activities for tonight. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, guys, you're going to want to check out the live 4 p.m. Pacific time, unless it changes. That's kind of the cadence. Right now and next week, I'll be doing kind of probably just free, either collective or individual ones as well. So if you haven't had a chance to get one yet, definitely feel free. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm growing. I'm going to be building out memberships on YouTube that are for free healings and other really, really, really cool stuff there. So you're going to want to check that out. If you are interested, check out my website. Always feel free to hit that newsletter there when you go to myawakeningwithin.com. You can subscribe so you can get any of the stuff that I'm doing. I like to do sometimes once a month, like kind of a free, like a nice free tool out there. So I just did this free third eye activation, which is also live on my website. So let me pull that up there. So myawakeningwithin.com, Akashic Chakra Activation Workshop. I have the recording there, so you'll see the resonance of the modalities that I work with. I'm in what's called your Akashic Enlightenment. So it includes my Akashic records in the Book of Truth. So I'm in higher consciousness hallways and basically channeled in higher knowledge for that third eye, for the collective. We also did a mini energy healing. So if you're interested in anything like that, check that out. Check out the free 1 hour there. It's about 10 minutes space. And then if you're interested, I have this code Chakra15, which you get $15 off this 8-week immersion series that runs, it's starting November 14th. And we cover all the chakras, the 7 main chakras, and the soul star and the earth star, which are your higher transpersonal chakras. And we dive in deeper here, guys. So we dive in deeper to understanding our true self connected to our energy. And how do we, move through what's in the unconscious and subconscious mind within ourselves? How do we dive in deeper? What is in there? And there'll also be a mini energy healing because a lot of things will be coming up. So things will be done a little bit differently. It'll be channeled in, as well as moving the energy that comes up as well. So, yeah. Hey, Laura. Okay, so I just saw your question here. You mentioned that, yeah, guys, so check that out. I didn't mean to kind of interrupt, but I just saw this, that you are interested in Course in Miracles. Uh-huh. Do you see that as part of your Akashic journey? Yeah. So, yes, I started an hour ago. So I will be, I'm going to the place of spiritual wisdom. We're doing a potluck at 5. So I'll be coming off here in a quick minute, and then we'll have class from 7 to 9 for intuition and mediumship development. So I'm not sure your question here. I'm not sure if I understand. Do I see the Course in Miracles as part of your Akashic journey? I'm not sure what you mean, your Akashic journey. Yeah, I'm not sure, but we can talk a little bit more if you want offline, just because I'm heading out in a quick minute here. So, just kind of wrapping up. So, I definitely don't want to disregard what you're saying, but yeah. Other than that, guys, hopefully you are having a good day. I'll be back on next Tuesday and Thursday. Hit that subscribe and follow button. And it's always, always, always a pleasure. And feel free to check out my site and my stuff and some of the free downloads that are there and free activations. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good, Laura. I love that. Pleasure as always. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoying my costume for the day. I don't normally do this, but if you see me next week, I will not be dressed up in a costume. So, but if you do tune in next week, I will